Tong Je Che Dan Tso Ge Cho Nam La Chan Chun Par Toi Tha Ni Jap Sun Che Ta Ge Chen Son Ge Pe Sun Nam Ki Do La Pen Che San Ge Dong Par Shu San Ge Che Dan Tso Ge Cho Nam La Chan Chun Par Tun Tha Ni Gyap Su Chen Ta Ge Chen Son Ge Pe Su Nam Ge Do La Pen Che San Ge Do
In the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha, I take refuge until the enlightenment is reached. By the merits of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings.
Mai Nam Ka Ta Nyam Pe Sem Je Tham Je De Wa Ta De Ve Gyo Ta Dem Bra Gyo Che Bong Al Da Bong Al Ge Gyo Ta Tha War Gyo Che Om Amen Amen Tawa Doche En Chada Nye Nyam De Sem Jen Tam Je De Wa Dan De Yo Da Den Bra Yo Che Tong A Dan Tong A Ye Yo Da Tha Wa Yo Che Tong A De Wa Tha De Tha Wa Yo Che Nye De Sa Da Nye Da Ta Tang Nyong La Ne Bra Yo Che
May all mother sentient beings, boundless as the sky, have happiness and the causes of the happiness. May they be liberated from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they never be separated from the happiness which is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion.
Page number 29. Oh, Sa She Ge Cho She Men Do
The ground is sprinkled with scented water and strewn with flowers. It is adorned with Mount Meru, the four continents, the sun, and the moon. By visualizing it as Buddha and offering it, may all beings enjoy the perfect purity of this realm.
34. Page number. Oi sem chen nam ye sam ba tha lo ye che ta che da wa che chon no mo te pa yin che gen ko long por do so.
Please turn the wheel of the Dharma of the greater, lesser, and common vehicles according to the dispositions and mental capacities of sentient beings.
Good morning, everybody. So we are going through this, the heart essence of the Mahayana teaching by the great master Shetan Dorje or the Morjereba. This is such a vast text. We're just going through the beginning of this text. So this, we first refresh our motivation to attend complete Buddhahood for the benefit of all sentient beings, so that the Dharma can be shared by all the sentient beings for until the end of the samsara.
所以我们今天继续讲授这个大乘精要，然后我们现在要首先回顾一下我们的这个发心，就是要有一个发心，我们是为了要能够圆满证得佛果位，为了一切众生，然后将这个佛法能够和所有的众生来分享。
And yesterday we have just touched about this, for the attachment of this life, the remedy is the contemplating on the impermanence of the dead. So here I have few, that is one verse each of those. There are four of them. So he said, the nature of all phenomena is impermanence, and that is a certainty for all who are born. And that can descend any time like a dew drop on a blade of grass. Quick, it is time to make effort for the essence of the Dharma. So contemplating, we went more about that. So it's always to contemplate, refresh this. That today I got the time. I will not waste for anything else except to study, practice Dharma, to free from samsara. At the end of the day or at the end of our life, we have to leave everything behind, and we cannot carry anything, even our cherished body. So because of this, I use this opportunity in the best way to realize the Buddha, our Buddha nature, by the practicing of the bodhicitta and all the other Dharma practices. Ale.
所以就是我们昨天呢已经开始讲到有关于这个无常，它是为了要能够帮助我们对治现世的执着，所以刚才仁波切他又加了一个4句的寄颂，然后它也是关于无常的，所以这个寄颂里面是说到，一切诸法的自性都是无常的，死亡是非常确定的，即使就是对于所有已经投生的这些众生，死亡是确定的。死亡它会在任何时候降临，就好像夜间上的露珠一般，所以你们一定要赶快。这个时候，就是你们付诸精进来修持佛法的时候。
And then next year we have said, the body I have now was obtained through the power of my merit, previous merit. So this is reflecting the precious human life of this car. So here it is first of all, see precious human life, that what we have. I go through this here. Said the first verse, okay. Or this kind of leisure and endowment is supremely difficult to obtain. When we obtain or when we have this body, which is easily lost, do not waste it meaninglessly, but rather use it to attain the ultimate liberation, the joyous results. So precious human life here is mentioned. I obtained this to the previous merit. Here, merit mostly is Shila, the moral ethics is the foundation to have this precious human life, like say keeping the 5 precepts, so forth. It is said clearly in the Madhyamika Avatara by Chandrakirti, our achievement of this precious human life, should say, is there's no other than moral ethics, morality. So because of that, so we have this precious human life. So we should contemplate how because of this precious human life, we're interested in the study and the practice of the Dharma. And then having interested in Dharma, study, practice, then we need a condition, like place to meeting. And then we need, say, like food to eat. Without food, you cannot practice Dharma, simply put cloth, and then we need a good teacher, and so this all, if you count, look at it, the 6 parameters. By practice of generosity from our previous life, that we got all the conditions, place to go, to eat food, that that we have the cloth by ourselves, whatever, Then, because of the moral ethics, we have the precious human life, and because the practice of the patience, we made the patience practice of forbearance. The teacher is there, and got the teacher and accepted the teacher to teach the Dharma. And then, because of the great joy in the study practice of Dharma, we have the perseverance. We make effort to study, practice Dharma. And because we have contemplated Dharma study, practice from many lifetimes, this time, so we're very interested to practice this samadhi, meditation practice. And because we have studied Dharma before many lifetimes, this lifetime, it makes us to understand Dharma. If you share this Dharma to some other people, they say, oh, it doesn't make sense. I'm not interested, So we who has this kind of our interest in Dharma, so it makes sense. So this we have earned the wisdom through many lifetimes. So it is this kind of, it's a rare. So we should understand about that. There are so many people in the world. So there are only few or not many people have this kind of opportunity, study, practice the precious Dharma teachings, especially with desire to free from samsara, desire to attain Buddhahood is very rare. So you reflect, we all should reflect on this, and then just rejoice for yourself. I have done something good through many lifetimes because I had this kind of opportunity. So this is what it means. This body I have obtained through the previous merit, collection of all the excellent qualities.
所以就是我们在这个根本颂当中，接下来会讲到的是，就是我现在所得的人生是由过去福德之力而得。接下来仁波切他又有讲到这个额外的寄颂，就是首先就是也是讲到这个宝贵人生，所以在这个宝贵人生当中呢，我们要去反思这个宝贵人生，我们只可以获得是由于我们过去世所造的这些福德资粮的关系，我们所累积功德的关系，所以我们比如说今天因为我们有过去世持守戒律的缘故，所以有这个基础，我们可以获得宝贵人生。基本上就是过去世我们有持守这个五戒，那所以呢，我们今天获得宝贵人生，我们就要去思维我们因为有这个人生，就可以去研读佛法。接着，我们也需要有这个条件来学习佛法，包括呢，我们这个现世的条件，像食物、衣服等等，还要可以植育好的正法上师。这个其实就牵涉到我们过去是有修持这6波罗蜜多的缘故，我们过去有修持 布施，所以呢，我们可以获得这种衣物的条件。那我们有修持过戒律，所以可以获得宝贵人生。那我们有修持这个安忍，所以可以值遇上师。我们因为就是有曾经以欢喜心来修持佛法，那我们也因此呢，更加能够以精进心呢，继续来修持这个佛法。那我们之前也有做过这种禅定的修持，那我们这一世就可以继续如此来进行。我们过去是曾经修持过、研读过这些佛法的内容，所以这一世呢，我们也会想要继续来研读，并且把它分享给其他的众生，也会对佛法感兴趣，并且我们过去也因多生多世有累积过这个智慧的缘故，这些都是非常稀有的。在这个世间，我们可以看到，其实只有很少的众生、很少的人会来修学佛法，尤其是还希求能够解脱轮回，所以我们必须要如此去反思，并且随喜自己。我已经在过去是造作了很多的这些善业，因此如今有这样子的机会来继续学习。
This here, first of all, here it is said, no, it is unlikely that I will find this freedom and endowment in the future rebirths. So endowment for the leisure and in freedom of the leisure and endowment in the future. See? So freedom or the leisure, having time to study, practice Dharma. That what that means is, if I'm born in the hell realm, no way to study, practice Dharma, as well in the hungry ghost animal. Some animals, you see, there's very good life because of the practice of generosity. In the previous their life, they practice a lot of generosity. So look, some like dog, you see, some rich people, their dog, they get much better life than the poor people on the street. That kind of is not happened without cause. It happened due to the practice of generosity. They got such a wonderful place to live, and you see, good food to eat. When they get sick, they take to the dog, the animals, like the hospital, sort of that, But due to lack of the moral ethics, they're born as an animal. So look at this. And in the human realm, also there, as earlier mentioned, there are many people, Dharma study, practice, doesn't make sense. So in the God realm, temporarily they have such a great joy, not interested in Dharma. So little suffering, when we practice Dharma, we need little suffering there. Because of looking at the suffering, then you say, why I suffer? Why there's so many other suffering? That gives you to awake your mind. What is the cause of the suffering? If there's too much suffering, you cannot contemplate on Dharma. Because the suffering takes over your life. No any place in the mind to contemplate on Dharma study practice. When life is going perfect, those days, means like temporary joy, happiness is there. And you are not interested in Dharma. So why I should practice Dharma? My life is fine, So these things you see. So small suffering that what we have, is precious because looking at the suffering gives you opportunity to develop compassion. If everything's going well, no need compassion. But when you see there are a lot of people suffering, animals, then you feel sympathy in the mind, empathy in the mind to develop compassion. What I can do to help these individuals. So you see, we have to have this kind of awareness to understand how things constitutes. So then, if you are born where there's no Dharma, there's no place to study, practice Dharma. If you are born in a wrong view, if we have a wrong view, we cannot study, practice Dharma. So we're free from all these unfavorable conditions. Endowment means Buddha came on this planet and Buddha taught the Dharma teachings, and Dharma continues from then now. And there are teachers who can teach us the Dharma teaching. And there's our fellow Sangha members who support each other, So this is the endowments, support we get. And we're born as a human being. And then we are born where there's a Dharma teachings. Meaning we have all the faculties of our body, eyes, ears, all these faculties. And we haven't done such kind of a heinous crime, negative karma. And we have devotion to Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. So these are the endowments. So you see, when you look at this each and every thing, you can find how it is rare, difficult to have. That which is difficult to have, and we got it, and we appreciate, as I mentioned, we should rejoice ourselves. I'm so fortunate. I've met Buddha's teaching, and I'm very devoted to Dharma study, practice. And once we have this precious human life, then it has an ability, capacity, in the jewel ornament of liberation, they are mentioned there. You see, there are 3 different types of ability. Least we can make effort not to reborn in the lower realms. We can make effort to achieve higher realms. Then in the mediocre abilities can achieve arhats, Sharavaka, Pratik Buddhas, And then the best one, we can cultivate bodhicitta, who has such great capacity of the mind. As I see my suffering, all sentient beings have that kind of suffering. As I don't desire any types of suffering, every sentient beings then don't desire the suffering. Because of this, now today I have this precious human life. I cultivate bodhicitta to attain complete Buddhahood. So that is because of the precious human life. You see, that's what's called precious human life. It's not just this flesh born, the world is precious, but the opportunity and the ability, capacity that what we have, that we can use that way to achieve complete Buddhahood. So that's why this precious human life is rare to have it. Once we have it, then we have all this opportunity to study, practice all the Buddha's teaching that Buddha taught.
所以接下来的寄颂说到未来在得如此暇满人生是非常困难的。 在这边呢，就是我们说到的这个其中说到的这个暇满，所以这个有闲暇呢，闲暇就是指我们有这个时间可以来研读佛法，然后我们没有也有这个宝贵的人生，然后没有投生到地狱道或者是恶鬼畜生道。我们在这个世间可以看到，有些动物呢，它们虽然是投生到畜生道，可是它们却有很好的生活。那是因为它们过去是有修布施的缘故。比如说，我们看到有些狗呢，它的这个好命程度呢，甚至可以比街上的那些穷人还过得更加的好。所以那是因为他们过去是有修布施，所以他们就可以住在就是舒适的环境，有好的食物可以吃等等。所以可是由于他们过去是没有修持戒的缘故，所以投生为狗。就是比如说，另外就是投生到这个天道的话呢，由于天道的这个众生，他们受用无尽，就是他们有很多的这个受用，所以他们也不会想到要去修持佛法。修持佛法必须要有要就是有面对一些痛苦的情境，所以才会想到我们的心才会有所觉悟，需要去修持佛法。去了解这些痛苦的因是什么。可是如果过多的这个痛苦的话呢，我们也没有办法去思维佛法。所以，过度圆满、过度优渥的这个生活，我们也没有办法修持佛法。因此，需要经历一些痛苦，我们才能够去升起悲心。因为我们比如说看到一些可怜的动物的时候呢，我们看到它的痛苦，我们会升起悲心，希望可以去帮助他们。那我们的这个暇满还包括，比如说我们不升起邪见，也因此才可以修学佛法。另外，这个暇满人生的这个暇满还包括，就是我们能够直遇佛陀的教法，还有就是能够直遇传法的这个老师，另外还有这个僧众的支持，能够获得能够投生为人，还能够投生到有佛法降世的这个时间。另外，我们还具足这个正常的五官、四肢五官，然后还有就是我们对佛法也会升起信心、前进心。这些其实呢，暇满的人生是非常难以获得的。因此，一旦我们已经具足这样子的条件，我们就应该随喜自己具有这样子的福报，能够直遇佛法来修持。依靠这个宝贵人生呢，我们有这样子的根器来修持佛法。在解脱庄严宝论当中有说到，我们有三种根器。那即使是下等的根器呢，至少我们都可以致力于去获得成就，能够尽可能的投生到人天善道。那这个中等的这个根器呢，我们可以成就这个阿罗汉，或者是阿罗汉的果位。那这个上等的根器，我们可以就是发起菩提心，看到众生受苦的时候，我们希望能够帮助他们解脱痛苦，并且呢，去培养菩提心来圆满这个佛法的修持。所以这个宝贵人生，这个暇满人生是它的暇满，是因为我们有这样子的机会，还有根器呢，能够去圆满的修持，并且最终可以证得佛果位。所以就是我们要去思维，我们如今非常幸运，可以具备这个暇满人生。
Thank you. So here it is unlikely. Maybe you say it is difficult that I will find this freedom and endowment in the future birth. So that look at our action, as the causes I mentioned. So how kind of our life. Look at our living. If I'm making effort like this, keeping the moralities, and then the rest of the 6 parameters, look at this. On above that, also, there's called aspiration, cultivating bodhicitta. May I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all sentient beings. That kind of how much we are making those things. So, looking at our action physically, mentally, then we see it is difficult that I will find this freedom and endowment in the future birth to get this and make every effort in this life without wasting how much precious the opportunity I have. Just looking as other day I mentioned, as long as we follow in the samsara, within in the samsara, there's no absolute peace and happiness. Look at that, see. So that's a precious human life reflecting. The next is here said, things do not happen arbitrarily or just accidentally. Everything follows according to the karma. Here said, everything follows by the force of the karma. Everything follows according to the karma. So here it is talking about the karma. And also next, say the positive and negative actions ripens into happiness and suffering respectively. This is the law, the cause and effect. So these 2 lines are describing about the karma.
所以接下来就是的寄颂，说到万事并非偶然，一切皆随业力而行。另外一句寄颂说到善业感乐，恶业感苦，这是因果的规律。所以在这2句寄颂里面，都是谈论的是关于业力因果。
Oh, okay. Now here, what we have here is the fruit of one's positive karma is happiness. Suffering is the fruit of negative karma. The inexorable karmic causation is the mode of abiding dharmas, means phenomena. Henceforth, therefore, practice distinguishing between what should be practiced and what should be given up. So here this the karma. Nowadays, people understanding everywhere what karma is about. Roughly, in the 80s, 70s, 60s, people think karma is a belief system. So Buddhists believe karma. Something like it's the belief means it's like a culture. If you believe, there's a karma. If you don't believe karma, there's no karma. Usually I say, I argue, if karma is the belief system, so as a culture, if you believe karma, there's a play of the karma. If you don't believe karma, there's no play of the karma. If that's the case, so don't believe karma. It's just bothersome, It's just only makes you trouble, So get rid of it, But since that is not the case, karma is the causality. So as he mentioned, the world, just look at here also. very precise. Yes, yesterday I mentioned as well, like a leader of a country who take care of the people out of responsibility, out of compassion. So this is my country. I love my people of this country, So I have to take care of all the people there, Then you see there's some kind of sincerity, to grow the people. On the other hand, the leader is, I'm the leader. I have every power. They should respect me. I can do anything what I want and misuse the power. Then you look at, you see how problem is rise from this. When the leader take care of the people, all the people respect. Majority, oh, our leader is really good. Take care of the people. See how peaceful is there. It's just general. It's nothing to do with religion. Whether you believe or not believe religion. On Buddhism, you see, it's very precise, clear. So here's the positive, the fruit of fruit and the result. The positive karma is happiness. Look at the 10 virtues. Not taking life, not taking things from others, no corruptions. Keeping the moral ethics and not telling lie, see. So it's so forth, this all, look at there. It just brings the peace to the individual's life and whole in the society, see. So that's the karma. Karma means action. It's a Sanskrit word. It's action. Action, physical action, mental action. So look at that. Then you say, within the samsara, even though there's no absolute peace and happiness in samsara because of our mental confusion, but still temporarily, there's a peace and happiness when we follow, go to the 10 virtues.
所以就是Rinpoche呢，他接着有在另外一个文本当中说到关于这个业力的部分。我们就是如果有行持善法的这种行为，正面的行为，它的果报就是安乐。那痛苦的果报，它来自于负面的行为。所以这些业行呢，业行它的因果都来自于我们是否有安住在这个法道当中。因此，修持这个法要呢，修持法要，它将会让我们知道，就是什么是应该修，什么是需要去断除的。所以呢，就是有些人他们明白，他们从很多的这些不同的媒介，他们明白到所谓的这个业力因果。80年代、70年代的时候，这个业力因果，它好像是一个信仰的系统，就是比如说佛教徒他们相信业力因果，所以业力因果就存在。如果不相信的话呢，就没有业力因果的存在。所以就是如果业力它是一个信仰的体系， 相信则有，不相信则无的话，那我又何必相信呢？很多人就认为说，那我不如不信，信的话还给我带来麻烦。可是呢，其实这个业力它并不是一个信仰体系，它是有因果的这种由因果而来的。比如说，一个国家的这个领导人，如果说他是对于这个国家的人民是有责任心，而且是想很好的照顾这些人民，并且呢是希望人民就是能够获得成长，那国家能够成长的话呢，这个国家的人民呢，自然就可以生活在静安乐当中。可是，如果好像另外一个国家的领导，他可能就是认为自己具有这个权势，然后做任何他想做的事，而不管人民的这个生活苦乐，然后滥用他的权利，那很多那这样子的话呢，就会令他的人民受苦，所以他们就不能够有这种安乐的生活。这也就能够看出，如果是正面的一种行为的话，正面的业行，它是能够带来安乐的。所以在这个十善法当中呢，比如说我们不要去杀生，就是不杀生，那它就能够为其他的动物、其他的生命带来平静，以及我们的社会也能够带来平静。所以这个业行，它其实是精神还有这个行为上面的一种行止，所以短暂而言呢，它可以为这个我们这一世带来安乐。
Okay. So, just one, this is last year, it was last year, I think. There was an aeroplane flight in India from Allahabad to another city, you know. In that aeroplane, there are over 200 people, I think, passengers. The aeroplane fall down. And only one person, man, is survived. I'm sure you have heard of. All the rest are perished. So now, what's the answer about that person who's alive? No. When all the rest people are perished, gone, and that man he survived. He was in the hospital, and I saw Modi went there, you know, to see him. Congratulate, say, I congratulate that you are survived. So this is a kind of the exhibit or explanation of the karma, very precisely, you know. Otherwise, why? You know? So look at these things. This karma is so precise. So all the details of the karma, you know, that only Buddha can explain. Buddha's wisdom is, you know, the enlightened mind, knows everything, you know. From that wisdom can explain all the details without any missing. So Venerable said that all the details of the karma is more difficult to understand than emptiness. No, emptiness you can investigate, no? Like through the quantum physics theory, you know. So this about you analyze, you investigate all these things through the dust particle, all the details, dust particle, and then you find at the end nothing exists. So through the analysis. But karma to understand is very difficult. Even Shariputra, cannot understand the details of the karma. So we need, as I mentioned, this training. If we train through this 3 training, then our mind becomes clear, more precise. Through these 3 training, what it helps is to purify our mental discursive thoughts. Brings them down, the mind at the right place. When the mind is more clear and becomes more precision. See, like you look at the water in the windy, when it's moving, the ocean or the water in the pot, you cannot see the depth. When there's not wind, air, the water is calm, peaceful. You can see the depth of the pot through the water, Same thing, the mind is calm, peaceful. Then you can see more clearly. So Buddha's mind is now, totally clear, because there's no kind of meditation, post-meditation. There's no gap. The meditation and post-meditation totally equipoise. So that there's no gap. Because of that, they can see this both samsara and nirvana precisely. So that's our Buddha nature, that what we have. So what we need to is, our effort is to need to purify this, as yesterday mentioned, the adventitious obscuration. So when that is taken care of, the seed of that Buddha's wisdom is within us. So this, as earlier mentioned, the precious human life has that ability to work with it, to reveal that nature of the mind. So the karma is very important to take care of ourselves. Some people say, I don't believe karma, and they do anything. And what they get, they destroy their life by themselves. Oneself becomes one's own enemy. There's no worse enemy outside than yourself when you come to this kind of point. And if you know this way, and you are your best protector, you can protect yourself best than anybody else in the world. That's what Buddha said. You are your protectors. Who can be than yourself? So seeing this real nature. So first, these are so important. So that's why I mentioned we are so fortunate. First, you appreciate yourself. I have this kind of opportunity. Buddha taught all these things, and I follow. I'm so fortunate. And then practice Dharma joyfully. Some people think, Dharma practice is very difficult. I can't meditate. I have to sacrifice this, that, difficult, People think Dharma practice is very difficult. In reality, Dharma practice is not difficult. Difficult is samsara gives you difficult. We don't realize that. Dharma practice gives us every opportunity, every possibilities. At the end, totally free from the samsara. Ultimate peace and happiness. So it is a joyous effort. Being in samsara, there's not something. It's like the wave of the ocean, never ending. There's one problem, you work so hard, you solve that problem, and there's another problem. And then you work so hard, you solve that problem, there comes another one. It's unending, So you see that this is nature of the samsara. For this reason, so if I make effort to practice Dharma, as I make effort for the samsaric life, so it will give you, at the end of the day, then you will feel, now I really brought some fruit having this precious human life by practicing the karma, avoiding the negative karma and accumulating the positive karma. So negative karma, look at the 10 non-virtues. Look at each, contemplate if there are cause of suffering or not. I'm sure everybody knows what are those 10 negative actions, negative karma. It's called non-virtue, Just contemplate, look at yourself, why they are called negative, non-virtue, And then look at the 10 virtue and what that makes virtue. So you just look at yourself in the world, not as a Buddhist, but generally in the world.
在这里呢，仁波切刚才他举了一个例子来说明这个业力因果。在去年的时候，有一则这个飞机事故在印度发生，就是这个有一架飞机坠毁，然后其中整架飞机当中的乘客呢都死亡，只有一个人生还，他只有唯一的一个生还者。那当时呢，仁波切还说，他看到这个印度的总理呢，莫迪还甚至到医院去祝贺这个生还者，说他非常的幸运。所以这其实这个事故其实很完整的解释了业力因果。那除了这个业力因果的运作之外呢，我们又该如何去解释这种情况？我们要去关照这种事情，然后去思维，那我们就可以发现这个业力的运作它是非常精确的，而且这个业力的这种所有运作的这个细节呢，只有佛他可以全然的解释，他可以以他的这个圆满的智慧，还有这个正悟的心呢，来解释这个业力的这些运作的细节。密勒日巴尊者他也说过，业力的一切的所有细节呢是非常难以叙述的，这个甚至超越了空性。空性它可以通过检视，就是从这个非常大，然后一直检视到分析到非常细小，一直到甚至是这个微尘般细小，都可以通过分析来说明这个空性的道理。可是这个业力因果的细节却是非常难以言说的，甚至是舍利子呢，他都没有办法清楚的说明。所以这个三种修学呢，它其实是帮助我们去调伏自心，让我们的心可以变得更加清明，更加的精确。就比如说这个水，如果它在晃动的情况下，它可能就是非常浑浊的。可是我们让这个水呢，平静下来的时候，它就是非常清澈，然后可以清楚的看见其中。佛陀他的心就是非常的清明的，他不论是在坐上或者是坐下，他的这个心呢都是处在 相同的这种清明的状态是没有任何间断的。那所以佛陀他可以清楚的关键轮涅诸法，所以我们就需要去通过佛法的修持，去除我们的这一些障碍之后，染污之后，就可以清楚的关键业力因果。这个业力因果是非常重要的，尤其是对于保护我们自身而言。如果你不相信业力因果，然后呢做任何你想做的事情，这其实是在毁坏我们自身。我们自己其实就可以成为自己最大的敌人，自己其实就可以是最大的敌人，因为我们可以造任何的恶业。如果你知道了解这一点的话呢，你就可以很好的去保护自己。佛陀他曾经说过，你就是自己的护主，所以这个我们要去感恩自己能够有这样子的福报机会来跟随佛陀的教法，来修持正法，并且我们要以这个欢喜的心来进行修持。有些人他们会认为修学佛法非常的困难，其实并不困难，真正困难的是轮回，因为我们还没有去获得了悟。那这个佛法呢？佛法它其实给予我们这些机会，还有就是可能性，来从轮回当中解脱，获得究竟的安乐。在轮回当中，有许许多多的问题呢，它会一直不断的升起。解决了一个难题之后，另外一个难题就会跟着升起，它是没有尽头的。所以我们要了解，如果自己可以下定决心，尽管我们处在这个轮回当中，我们可以去付诸精进修持，那最终我们仍旧可以为自己的用这个宝贵人生带来一些成果。来，比如说，我们可以去修持十善法，避免十恶法，然后我们在这个修持过程中，也可以思维这个十恶法，它十不善业，它到底是怎么样的这个不善业？那我们可以去思维，而且我们在思维的时候，也可以思维什么是善业、十善业。我们思维的时候，可以以这种普世的一种价值的方式去思维，而不是从一个佛教徒的角度来进行。
And also, when it comes to the karma point, this one is very important that we should reflect. When it comes to the karma, even Buddha cannot do anything. Lord Jigdasungpa said, the preceding karma, now Buddha has no ability to change. Even at the time of Buddha, look at this, there was one, a monk, very poor health. He was born in a very poor family as first place. And his karma, he has such a kind of karma. Also, at the same time, he has a karma to achieve the arhat. But when he was born in such a poor family. And just when he survived, then once he grown up, maybe 20s, maybe about there, he was so weak, so thin. And then the family said, now you go yourself. We have nothing to feed you. So he left. And one day he met Buddha, and Buddha very compassionately accepted him as a disciple. And Buddha gave all the teachings to him. But only he survives, barely survived. Then one day, by some accident, he got a very good lunch, just really good. And he ate those, and he built his strength physically. And he felt so confident in the mind, and he meditated so well, what Buddha taught. Because of that, then he achieved the Arhat. And after that, after he achieved Arhat, again back to the just to survive. And even Shariputra was there, Ananda was there. They are bringing food to him. And then always did they face some obstacles. The food kind of fall on the ground, disappear. Therefore, 7 days he has no food. At the end of the day, Shariputra would consciously brought a lunch for him. And a lot of obstacles he faced. And Shariputra tried all the best to him. And the food is arrived. He closed his mouth. Cannot eat. When the time passed, after lunch, don't eat, Then his mouth is open, but he cannot eat. Then Shariputra said, now what I can do for you? He said, just give me a bowl of water. So he gave a bowl of water and some kind of spirits, put a dust in the water. And he drank that. And then with that, and he just displayed all his miracle powers in the sky, flying, producing fire, then he passed away. That time, all the monks were so surprised, and it's kind of like amazing, or some kind of sadness, or lot of feeling there. So that they asked Buddha, what happened with him? Why this happened? And Buddha said, this because of his karma. Many lifetimes ago, he was born in a rich family. And then his father was very successful business. So because of that, mother was very generous, giving food to others, to those who need. And then the father passed away. And mother continued giving. But the son died. And he knows he's not older. To take care of the house, he told his mother, now our father has passed away. Don't give as you used to. No. And mother still refused that and just keep giving. And then the son said, I told you don't do anymore. No, now I'm the owner of this house. You have to listen to me. Then mother still continued giving. And then the son was so upset. He put his mother in a corner of the house. not giving food to her for 7 days. Then at last, when she was going to die, he gave her a bowl of water, throwing some ashes from this stove, said, you drink this. And she drank, and she died. Said, this is the karma, Buddha said. No. So Buddha was there. Why not Buddha can protect him? Because the karma is so important. We're aware of the karma. Even Buddha at that time, Buddha is there, But Buddha says, you have to follow the karma. I teach you all this about the karma. This is the cause of all the suffering I am explaining you. This is the cause for peace and happiness. It's my responsibility to explain you all the details, but your responsibility is to follow those karma. Even Buddha himself experienced some karmas. Should I tell what story? One time, Buddha was in Sharavasti area with the Mongoliana. Then one day, with the Mongoliana, Buddha was there. Buddha said, today I got such a great headache. Real great headache. So then Mongoliana asked, why you got headache? You're Buddha, Oh, this is because of my karma. He said, countless lifetime ago, so there was a village next to a lake. In the lake, there's 2 giant fish. So the people live life with the fish. They don't kill the fish, but they cut the fish, and then the fish revive, just keep reviving. So finally, those 2 fish died. And Buddha said, one time I was born there as a baby. When the village, they caught the fish and cutting the meat from the fish. As a child, my amusement, instead of having compassion to the fish, seeing some amusement, I just run here, there, looking at the fish, So because of that amusement that in my mind, so today I got such a great headache. See, even Buddha experienced those, you see. So karma is such a precious thing that we should know about details, and we should know how to take care of that. Sometimes say, oh, my great teacher will help me to liberate from samsara. Doesn't look so easy, when you hear this, all those teachings. So individually, we should take responsibility about the karma.
所以我们在这个部分主要讲的是业力因果，我们就需要去反思这个业力因果。在业力因果面前，佛陀都必须要跟随。佛祖吉田松贡也说过，这个佛陀他也没有办法改变业力因果的运作。曾经有一个僧人呢，他出生在一个非常贫困的家庭。那他 就是在20岁的时候，他的身体还是非常的瘦弱，他的家人也没有办法去继续供养他，所以就叫他离开，因为再也没有食物可以给他吃了。他当时就离开了家里，后来遇到了佛陀，佛陀接受他成为他的弟子，就给予他教法。有一天，这个贫困的僧人呢，他就获得了一顿丰盛的午餐，然后在这丰盛的午餐后，他就进入了这个禅定，而且是非常有信心的进行禅定。他最终证得了阿罗汉果位。在证得阿罗汉果位之后呢，他仍旧是一个非常贫困的僧人。当时这个舍利子呢，他就也在和其他的僧众也在那边，他们就想要拿食物给他吃，可是呢，他的这个食物呢就会一直出意外，比如说不见了，或者是掉到地上等等之类的。这个这个僧人呢，贫困的僧人，他在7天之中都没有办法获得食物。舍利子一直不断尝试想要给他带食物，一次呢，甚至食物已经送到他的嘴边，可是他却没有办法进食。另外一次是，虽然他的嘴已经打开了，可是仍旧没有办法进食。舍利子他就问他：“那我该怎么办呢？”这个贫困的僧人就说：“那你就给我一点水吧。”这时他那个舍利子他就给他端来了水，然后里面呢就有一些这个土灰。他在喝了这碗水之后呢，他就实现了这个神变力，就是比如说它可以飞，或者是可以有这些火焰出现等等。他在这种神变的视线的情况之中呢，他就圆寂了。其他的僧人都感到很惊讶，就问佛为什么会发生这种情况。佛就说，那是因为业力因果的关系。在过去很多世以前，这个贫困的僧人他曾经投生到一户非常富有的人家，父亲非常的成功，母亲也非常的这个喜欢布施，经常给其他人穷人很多食物。这个儿子呢，当时他的父亲往生之后，这个儿子继承了家业，他就对母亲说：“父亲已经过世了，你就不要再继续这样子布施食物给大众，我们要留一些，就是自己要留一些钱财。”这个母亲不听儿子的话，仍旧继续布施食物，这个儿子就很生气，他就嗯叫母亲要听他的话，不要再这么做了，不要布施了。可是母亲仍旧不听，所以他很生气到把母亲关在一个屋子的角落，7天不给他食物吃。母亲在死之前呢，这个儿子呢就给了他一碗水，然后呢里面就放了一些这个土灰让他喝。母亲喝了这个水之后呢，他就去世了。所以这个就是他过去世所造作的这个业，他因此过去做了这样子的事情，也因此有这样子的果报。尽管佛陀当时是这个贫苦僧人的老师，可是他也没有办法保护他，就是因为业力因果的关系。因此，我们自己呢要有觉知，对于业力因果的觉知。佛陀他教授业力因果运作的法则，什么是乐因，什么是苦因，我们自己有责任，就是需要去跟随这个业力因果。佛陀他自己也是需要跟随业力因果的。佛陀他有一次呢，他就头痛的非常厉害，他的这个弟子就问他为什么他会感遭到这个头痛。他就说，过去世呢，在一个村庄，村庄里有一个大湖，湖里有2条大鱼。他们村里的人呢，经常就是抓这个鱼，然后就是割它的肉下来，可是他们没有杀它， 就是好像慢慢的割，然后让它再恢复，然后最终呢，这个大鱼最终还是死了。当时他是这村里的一个小孩，他就怀着这种非常可能就是调皮的心情，就是小孩子，然后他就去看那个大鱼，所以后来呢，他也感遭到这个头痛的果报。这个所以有些人说，我的老师具有这种能力，他可以让我获得解脱。其实呢，我们自己需要就是负起这个责任，就是要遵从这个业力因果。
Oh, thank you. So this maybe is enough about karma. No, details you can read the many other books. Also jewel from the jewel ornament of liberations. Okay. Then about here, so you see what he said. Next is the suffering. Yeah. Suffering is said here in this text, the hell, hungry ghost realm, and likewise the animal realm, and the realm of humans, jealous gods, and gods wherever we are born. So these are the six realms that is identify what are those six. So all these six realms, what they have, what they experience is we must experience intense burning or the freezing is a hell realm. The hell realm, there's a hot hell realm and cold. The hot is the burning and the cold is freezing. And hungry spirit is the hunger of food and thirsty drink. Then animal realm says stupidity, ignorance, and inability communicate, as well as birth, death means the human realm. We have suffering of birth and death, and so forth. Then there are in the human realm, say, aging, sickness, this four, and then say we suffer when our loved ones separate alive or die, and when we meet enemies, we suffer. It's two, and then we're lacking all the facilities that we want, lacking of that. Once we are accumulated enough, then we're suffering how to protect them. So this all in the whole human realm. There are 8 sufferings there in the human realm. And then see, so that's what's called and so forth. Then beings are stricken by the suffering of wearing and fighting. This means in the demigod realms, they're quarreling, fighting, jealous each other's death. And then the last one is the God realm, is the death. Temporarily they have all the peace and happiness, but they have no freedom of the death. Then when the death comes, then have to go. And when they go, mostly fall down on the lower realm, because all the positive karmas they have accumulated, they use in that life. They couldn't now accumulate further because they enjoy their life. Have never think of how to do the good things to others. So these are first, here is said, transmigration, yes, the death and the transmigration. First, they're dying from that place, and then they're reborn in the lower realm.
在接下来的寄颂，主要是说到六道的这些痛苦。首先，这个寄颂，地狱、恶鬼以及畜生道，以及人、阿修罗、天道，无论生于何处，都要经历热寒、饥渴、愚痴、无法表达，以及生死等痛苦。众生被战争、争斗、死亡与轮回之苦所逼迫。所以，在这边呢，这些就是六道所会经历的状况。在地狱道会有热地狱和寒地狱，所以这个热地狱就是一种火炽烈燃烧的这种热苦。然后呢，这个冷地狱就是那种寒冷冰冻的这种痛苦。恶鬼道主要就是指这些恶鬼众生，他们会受饥寒就是饥饿还有口渴的这种痛苦。然后这个动物道呢，他们就会有这种愚蠢、无明还有无法沟通的问题痛苦。在人道的众生，主要就是必须要承受生老病死，另外还有爱别离、怨憎会、求不得的痛苦。再来就是这个阿修罗道，他们会不断处在这种战争、斗争、嫉妒之中的这种痛苦。天道的众生，短暂而言，他们有这个安乐，可是他们却没有就是解脱死亡的能力，所以最终他们还是会死亡，并且呢，会堕入到这个恶道当中。那我们就要去思维，他们也没有能力思维，要去造作善业等等，因为他们一直处在这种非常有很多受用欢乐的这种情境当中，所以他们最终他会由于感召自己的恶业，然后堕入恶道。仁波切现在虽然不在，我们也可以继续思维这六道当中的痛苦。For those who like to ask question, you still can submit your question by a paper. You can write on a paper, or later if you want to have interaction, ask question directly to Rinpoche, you also can use the mic to do so. Dharma friends in the Zoom, you also can submit your question if you have any. Then you can submit in the Zoom chat, and then we will collect, and Rinpoche will answer one by one.
Okay, here, then here, that in the three lower realms and even the three higher ones, there's not an instant of absolute happiness. I will avoid the root, this root, R-O-O-T, okay? Not R-O-U-T-E, R-O-O-T, the root cause of my samsaric existence, and practice the excellent path for peace to enlightenment.
Rinpoche 他刚才是说到，在三恶道当中，在这个三恶道当中，即使是这个三善道，也没有片刻的究竟的这个安乐，所以我们要去避免这个根本的因，就是这个根本的因，让我在轮回当中流转。然后我必须要去修持这个，或能够让我获得安乐的佛道，就是能够让我获得究竟正悟的佛道。
This about the suffering, other 2 days, or no, I mentioned here and there quite a bit about all about the suffering, suffering of change, and the suffering of conditions. But still, it is always important to remind myself why I'm practicing Dharma, why I want to attain Buddhahood, why not just enough stay in the samsara. Let's ask those questions and then reflect on the suffering of samsara. And that's why we all, it's just not a Buddhist. Everyone is trying their best how to free from suffering. Some days, destroying enemies. I destroy all the enemies. Now we are good, we are protected, means to free from suffering, this. But without realizing the real enemies within us, this confusion, mental afflictions, those you see, as I mentioned quite a few times, that's the very purpose of the Dharma practice. That's precious human life, that what we have, the opportunity, as I mentioned, has the ability to purify this mental affliction that we have. We don't know that in the samsara. Nobody can teach about that. Without Buddha, there's no one who teach these things. There's some other religion in India. They know these mental afflictions are cause of suffering. So they try their best to punish themselves. They hit themselves on the back, so to purify. And sometimes maybe you have seen some individuals, they raise their hand every day, then they stop the blood, the current of the blood stop, and then the hand becomes so dry, So they said to stop these mental afflictions, like these things. But Buddha taught, just middle way. So the ascetic life, hardship alone is not enough. It's not the way to free from suffering. Excessive kind of say, the life in the samsara, enjoying all this, also not the way can help us to free from suffering. But in the middle way, with appreciation, rejoicing yourself, recognizing yourself, and enjoy the Dharma. So when you practice Dharma, enjoy it, when you know how to enjoy the Dharma, that's the best peace and happiness you can receive, you can experience. No, so you can say, every minute I enjoy Dharma practice. No, because that's reminding how to free myself from this mental delusion. No? And as long as when the mental delusions are not there, that gives you full satisfaction. That gives you free from all the fears. There's nothing to fear about. All the fear comes out of mental delusions. So that's why I say, reflect on the suffering of the samsara. Look at those. There's so many people working so hard, as yesterday mentioned, no? That they're working so day and night. Sometimes they don't have time to eat lunch, breakfast, or dinner, you know. They sacrifice their sleep, working so hard. Now at the end, how much they get, what they got. Look at this, you know, in the Dharma practice you do. If you just acknowledge Buddha is such a kind teacher, with full of wisdom and compassion of this precious Dharma, and I'm following the footsteps of Buddha, so I'm so fortunate. That alone gives you such great joy, peace, and happiness, you know. So therefore, the reflect on the suffering, the samsara is very precious. It's not the thing, we're not saying, you know, as I mentioned, everything's bad, something bad, all this, all the bad, you know, it's not, we're not saying that, no, but reflecting, reminding. No? Then with that, suffering was reflecting in the Bodhisattva dimension. When you know we are in the samsara, no, see, you're not out of the suffering. It reduces your arrogance. No? So I'm not that. Sometimes I feel, you know, I'm great. I'm really successful. All this, I'm so proud of, you know. That time you are not out of samsara. So it reduces your arrogance. So I'm just normal. It's the rest of the samsara, you know. Then when you look at all the suffering, as they mentioned, suffering in the hell realm, Holy Ghost, animal, look at those animals, so, you know, gives you opportunity to develop compassion. If there's no suffering, there's no reason to cultivate compassion. Because you look at the suffering, that's all. Look at the, like, you know, fish farm. How many fish are suffering in the fish farm? Should I tell you one story? Yeah. Yeah, first you translate that, then I will tell you the story.
在三恶道当中呢，就是这个痛苦之前，Rinpoche他有提过很多次关于痛苦的内涵，包括了三苦、苦苦、行苦、坏苦等等。所以这个可是呢，不断的去反思还有提醒是很重要的。我们要去思维为什么要修持佛法，为什么我们不要就是待在轮回当中。所以不只是佛教徒，其他所有的众生、所有的人呢，其实都一直希求能够解脱痛苦。我们可以看到这个世间有一些战祸的发生，其实他们也是希望能够解脱痛苦，可是他们却没有去了悟到实相，然后呢，他们还处在迷惑当中，就没有办法真的解脱痛苦。 所以今天我们能够有这个宝贵人生，我们可以去清净我们的这些烦恼。那只有佛陀的教导，它可以帮助我们去清净这些烦恼恶业。一些在印度有一些其他的宗派呢，他们也知道有这种烦恼的问题，所以他们会有一些其他的修行方法，比如说他们会鞭打自己，或者是他举起一只手呢，一直举着，然后直到这个手整个都干枯了等等。所以他们通过这些受苦的方式呢，希望能够就是去除烦恼。可是佛陀他却不这么做，他的教法是教导我们中道，就是苦行是没有办法让我们完全解脱痛苦，而过度于沉溺享受呢，也没有办法解脱痛苦。所以呢，唯有就是修持中道。我们平常在修法的时候呢，我们应该要去感受到学习佛法时的欢喜，因为因为呢，它可以带给我们就是安乐的这种体验。在每一分钟呢，我们每一分钟都去享受，就是体验这个佛法带来的欢喜，那它就能够让提醒我们自己，就是我们是可以从这个迷惑当中，因为呢，我们一直不断的提醒自己，可以从迷惑当中解脱。然后在这个过程学习修学佛法的过程中，它可以给我们很大的满足感，让我们离于恐惧。那有很多世间有很多人，他们工作的非常辛苦，日夜不断的工作，甚至没有什么时间睡觉。可是他们其实获得的东西是非常稀少的。我们必须去认出佛陀是一个伟大的老师，我们要认出他的这个功德，然后我们才可以去跟随他的这个脚步，去然后感受到修学佛法的这种欢喜。所以不是说轮回就什么都是坏的，什么都是不好的，只是说我们要去提醒自己轮回的实相是什么，然后我们也要知道我们现在仍旧身处这个轮回当中，没有完全解脱痛苦。有些人他会觉得我的事业很成功，我就是感到骄傲，就是他会升起骄慢心。当有这种情况的时候，其实你也可以去思维，我并还没有解脱轮回痛苦，那我就可以去减少我这种骄慢的升起。那另外，我们看到这个畜生道、恶鬼道的众生，看到他们在受苦，也是可以帮助我们升起悲心。比如说，我们看到这种鱼，这个养鱼场的那些鱼呢，我们就可以去观察，他们其实也承受很多痛苦。
This story is not something told in the past. I saw in the TV. So first I thought this fish is such a venerable in the suffering. First of all, they eat each other. The big one eats small one. And then all the birds eating fish. And then you see in the US, Alaska, all those bears, they're eating fish. And we human beings, we consume so much fish, So what I saw in the TV, there's a big restaurant. In that restaurant, there's so many kitchen, each they're different. Some kitchen they cook beef, some vegetarian, and some chicken, some fish. So there's a fish. There's the kitchen. There's a stove. The chef is next in front of the kitchen. And then next to that, his kitchen, there's a fish tank, a live fish. So I think somebody ordered a fish. So the chef picked this size of fish from the tank, took out. And without killing, he cut the stomach, the fish, and took all the intestines, all this guts, all this. And then the stove, there's a pan with oil, hot, so hot. And they threw the fish in that, and the pan, and it made such big smoke, make noise, After made that noise, and fishes jumped once more from the pan and went down. So like this, I thought, if this is not the hell, then what's the hell? Like that, see. And we don't think the fish is suffering. Still we laugh, fishes, it's jumping up and down, throw from the water outside in the sand, and fishes helplessly quarreling, like these things. This is how suffering so much, and we don't pay attention. Each and every other animals, they are suffering. Like I said, chicken is one of them, It's so popular everywhere, they eat chicken. And they bring the chicken in the next to the store. And then they think that when there's a customer comes there, they bring the chicken and cut there. And they take all the feather, clean, and sell. So it's very fresh. Fresh, organic, like these things. So look at those. So Buddha was so conscious all about these things. Have the wisdom to see the suffering and compassion, how can we help those sentient beings. So all those animals are mostly under the mercy of the human being. Like cattle farm, you look at the cattle farms, chicken farms, poultry farms, look at those who take care of those. They just butcher. They have no any consideration. They have no any thoughts of if there's a suffering. They beat, they push everything. I'm sure you have seen a lot of those you see. So Buddha conscious all those things. Look at, and taught. Therefore, the suffering of those. So we individually make effort to free from suffering and then protect them to develop compassion, loving kindness, and cultivate bodhicitta. How precious the teachings are. No other teaches this. There's maybe some miracle power. They say, such as some miracle power. They can do this. They can do this. What about miracle power? It's some amusement. Nothing special. But these are the substantial, important in our life and others' life. See, such a precious. It consulted where we all are working hard. Why? To free from suffering. And Buddha's teaching is from the bottom, the root, to take care of ourselves and others. So meditate on this, practice the Dharma. These are such precious teachings. Sometimes we practice deity yoga, or maybe we will have a good dream, maybe deity will come out, or maybe they show some powers, miracle power to dispel our obstacles. Possible, It's a good thing, but these teachings of us so important. That's the foundation. From that ground, foundation, then we built all the way to the Buddhahood.
所以刚才仁波切他讲了一个故事，他是从电视上看到的，就是就是鱼呢，它其实是一直会在受苦的。他发现，就是比如说在海洋当中，大鱼会吃小鱼，然后鸟也会吃鱼。那有一些在那个北极的这些熊类也会吃鱼，人类更是吃很多鱼。所以他有一次在电视上，他就看到有一家餐馆，他们的这个厨房呢，就是有许多不同的食材，然后有一个厨师，他就站在这个火炉前面，就是现场，他就是让顾客点那个鱼，就是活鱼，然后顾客点了活鱼之后呢，他就会当下就是抓出选一条活鱼出来。他就直接把他的这个鱼的这个肚子剖开，把它的内脏全部挖出来之后呢，然后就把这条鱼丢进那个这个煎锅里面，然后这个鱼丢进煎锅里面的时候呢，还发出这种滋滋的声音，鱼还是一直不断的跳来跳去，显得非常的痛苦。所以呢，仁波切他就思维如果这种情境不是地狱的话呢，那什么还是地狱呢？所以，当时，所以我们其实在生活中呢，我们常常可以看到这些情况，可是我们都没有去很好仔细的观察或者是注意到。另外呢，比如说吃鸡呢，鸡肉也是非常的普遍常见。然后你可以观察到，就是有些地方他们卖鸡肉，他们会在那个顾客面前现场就是抓一只鸡，然后把它斩杀，就是斩杀之后呢，拔毛，然后再卖给那个顾客。然后他们就声称哦，这样子现场杀的，所以是非常新鲜有机。所以这个是我们因此要有这种智慧去看到什么是痛苦，并且呢要有这种悲心去想要去帮助这些受苦的众生。在在我们现在呢，很多这种各种的屠宰场，或者是他们有很多这种鸡鸭牛羊这些屠宰场，然后他们在屠杀这些动物的时候，他们并没有真的去考虑或者是感受这些动物所受的痛苦。所以我们要去尽可能的去帮助众生。我们自己呢，我们自己呢是致力于想要从轮回中解脱痛苦，因此我们看到这种情境的时候，应该要去升起培养慈心、悲心，还有就是菩提心，想要去保护这些受苦的众生。所以，我们这个，因为我们的生命很重要，可是呢，其他众生的生命也是非常重要。我们这个佛陀他的这个教法呢，它是从根本上是为了要保护我们就是免于受到这些伤害。我们平常在修持，有时候有些人修持本尊，他会想要就是比如说有个好梦，或者是本尊可以示现帮助他就是解脱、去除这些障碍等等。当然，这些也是有的话是很好的，可是我们现在所学的这些教法都是非常基础的教法，它可以帮助我们一直到成佛为止。
One question.
Is there a difference between a person's experiences before and after becoming a Buddhist, such as experiences during
Such as experiences
during meditation and in daily life?
before become Buddhist?
Yes, before and after becoming a Buddhist. How like is there a difference?
Yes, there are a lot of many. There are some, there are many different ways, people feel, experience. because of different experience, there's some that like Buddha's teaching, they come to Buddha. So what Buddha taught, it makes sense. And I like that, and follow. Some they become Buddhists for some years and they give up. Now I thought it will help me so much, but it didn't help. So now I give up, So people experience are just inconceivable.
所以这个问题是问到呢，一个人他自身的这个体验呢，就是就是他在成为佛教徒的前后，的这个体验是否有一些不同，然后这样子的体验，比如说这个体验是在禅定以及这个现实生活，他的日常生活中，就是他在成为佛教徒的前后呢，是否有不同？仁波切是说，体验是可以有很多种体验的。那有些人呢，他就是有一些体验是让他可以，他觉得佛教对他是有帮助的，他就会继续修持佛法。那有些人呢，他觉得他即使在成为佛教徒很多年之后，他感觉到这个佛教对他没有帮助，他也会舍弃佛法。
Maybe second one.
Rinpoche, can reciting mantra and prostrations help to purify negative karma?
Yes, I think you have to combine with the pure motivation, with the proper visualizations. And without the pure motivation, you chant mantra with the negative thoughts, anger, attachment, and that becomes that side. Instead of getting benefit, you just, it becomes a part of the suffering. So that's why it's a Vajrayana. There's practices, all the Vajrayana practices, as that I mentioned. First, like the rest of the Buddhist Theravada, Mahayana, today what I talked about, the thoughts, to trans mind from the samsara towards enlightenment. So those are very important foundation. Then Vajrayana, you have to understand, you practice the bodhicitta. Without bodhicitta, Vajrayana is nothing. It's like a lifeless, So to practice Vajrayana, the bodhicitta is the life of the practice. Both bodhicitta, the relative bodhicitta and the absolute bodhicitta. You have to understand the emptiness before you practice the Vajrayana. If you go step by step, but nowadays all mixed, Just some teacher comes and gives you empowerment to anybody who doesn't know anything, So I don't know how much benefit they can get. And if you do it properly, you go those steps, you see. And this understanding of this, the four foundations practice, and then the refuge, and then loving kindness, compassion, bodhicitta, and then practice of the emptiness. All the steps we follow. Then Vajrayana make such a productive practice, would bring real result. So say, you need chanting mantra, all this, you need all those, require all those practices.
所以这个问题是问到呢，我们可以就是通过念诵咒语和修大礼拜来帮助清净恶业吗？仁波切的答案是的，可以。那就是我们可以，可是呢，在修持这些佛法的这些修法的时候，要以这个清净的发心还有观想一起修持。如果在念诵咒语的时候是有以这个负面的想法，心里有很多负面念头的话，是没有办法带来利益的。另外这样子来念诵咒语，它也是会成为这个痛苦的部分来源。所以金刚乘的修持之前也有提及，我们首先也要有这个上部座，还有大乘的基础，以及比如说这个了解轮回之苦等等，这些都是非常重要的基础。金刚乘它在修持的时候，必须要加入菩提心。没有菩提心的话，这个修持是没有生命力的。菩提心的修持就是金刚乘的生命力来源。所以这个菩提心呢，不论是这个世俗菩提心或圣意菩提心，都是必要的修持。我们修持的话，必须要一步一步来进行。所以在有这个基础之后呢，这个一步一步就是指，首先我们要有这个四个基础，然后修皈依、修慈心、悲心、菩提心，接着呢，我们要去了悟空性的义理，之后才进入这个金刚乘的修法。这样子的修持的次第才会带来成果。因为现在有一些老师，他们可能就直接会给灌顶等等。那其实，因为如果没有任何的基础，他其实也不知道这样子来修，直接进入灌顶受法的话，是否会带来利益。不过这边呢，如果针对是那个念诵咒语呢，他认为是需要进行的，而且他也可以有这个帮助。
I think this is very important. Lord Jigdusung said, in the deity form, if one has attachment, desire, with the deity form, you're born in the Holy Ghost. With the deity form, if there's anger, hatred, anger, hatred rises, that in the deity form, you're born in the hell realm. If the deity form, you are in the ignorance, you're born in the animal realm. So therefore, you have to be very watchful when you practice the deity, with the bodhicitta, on the state of emptiness. So you see.
所以就是护主齐天松共他说到，以这个本尊的身相呢，如果我们心中在修持的时候是有这个贪着和欲望的，就会以这个本尊相投生到恶鬼道，然后如果有这个嗔恨的话，也会以本尊相投生到地狱道；如果有无明升起的话，也会以本尊相投生到畜生道。所以我们在修持本尊的时候，要非常的谨慎小心，要以这个菩提心和空性来修持。
Okay, thank you. Time is over, isn't it? Impermanence, okay? Yes, take a deep breath, inhale.
深呼吸，吸气，
And exhale all your stress.
吐气，吐出你所有的压力。
Now please reflect what we went through in this session.
反思这一堂课所讲授的内容。
First, it said these four foundations, sometimes we call foundation, sometimes called the four turning the mind turning from samsara towards the enlightenment. So first, these are the very important. We never should treat them as a, what you call, kindergarten. This we need these four tops, foundation, right from the beginning until we achieve Buddhahood. They are the support for our Dharma practice. Because of them, we continue our Dharma study practice. Because of them, we progress our Dharma practice. So they are such an important point.
所以我们要去反思这个四个基础，或者是四转心之道。它是从我们就是它指的是我们如何将心从轮回转至想要证悟的这种基础，它是非常重要的。我们不要将它视为如同这个幼儿园的内容一般，我们需要有这个基础。从一开始一直到我们证悟成佛为止，它是我们修持佛法的一个所依，因为呢，他们能够让我们在佛法的修持上不断的前进。
Dedication prayer.
现在我们要念诵回向文。回向文呢是这个 Dedication of Lord Jiden Songkong。你们可以打开你们的这个法本。So we are now going to do the dedication of Lord Jiden Songkong. Glorious, holy, venerable, precious, kind, root, and lineage lamas, divine assembly of idams and assemblies of Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, yogins, yoginis, and dakinis dwelling in the 10 directions. Please hear my prayer. May the virtues collected in the 3 times by myself and all sentient beings in samsara and nirvana, and the inner root of virtue not result in the 8 worldly concerns, the 4 causes of samsara, or birth as a Shavaka or Pratyeka Buddha. May all mother sentient beings, especially those enemies who hate me and mine, obstructors who harm, misleading Maras, and the host of demons, experience happiness, be separated from suffering, and swiftly attain unsurpassed, perfect, complete, and precious Buddhahood. By the power of this vast root of virtue, may I benefit all beings through my body, speech, and mind. May the afflictions of desire, hatred, ignorance, arrogance, and jealousies not arise in my mind. May attachment to fame, reputation, wealth, honor, and concern for this life not arise for even a moment. May my mind stream be moistened by loving kindness, compassion, and bodhicitta, and through that, may I become a spiritual master with good qualities equal to the infinity of space. May I gain the supreme attainment of Mahamudra in this very life. May the torment of suffering not arise even in the time of my death. May I not die with negative thoughts. May I not die confused by wrong view. May I not experience an untimely death. May I die joyfully and happily in the great luminosity of mind as such and the pervading clarity of Dhammata. May I in any case gain the supreme attainment of Mahamudra at the time of death or in the bardo. Thank you, Rinpoche.